Oh yeah. It is uncanny how many of you out there are trying to hold it like a bird or trying not to get the toothpaste out of the tube. And as an example, Sav, one of the things that you do to cross-train for long drive is tennis.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to give you my prize high school tennis racket. It's an Owen Davidson. There's a serial number on it, so be careful, okay?
Okay.
So if you were doing a nice power backhand back down Mu's throat, are you guys competitive a little bit?
Yes.
All right.
A lot of it.
So if you were doing a power forehand back to the camera right now, how firmly would you hold it?
Very firm.
So very firm? Power backhand?
Very firm.
Very firm, especially in that lead hand, right?
Yeah.
So you're lead hand dominant,
Yeah.
and that lead hand is especially clamped on, isn't it?
Yeah, because my wrists are so small that if I were to not hold it firmly, I would hurt myself.
Exactly.
Especially with, a return coming from somebody like Mu.
Right?
You know?
How's his serve?
Actually, he's getting pretty good.
All right.
I've taught him a bit.
So if we're doing a nice power forehand or backhand down the line,
Yeah.
and you were receiving a power forehand or backhand,
Yeah.
there's no way that you could return that with a light grip pressure.
No chance.
The only time light grip pressure is proper in tennis is if you need to deaden the impact for a little cut shot to get Mu to run a little bit.
Yeah, a little volley.
A little volley, a little cut spin volley on the other side of the net, right?
He's done that to me a couple of times.
So if you looked at, oh, Mu, come on, how could you, man?
Get me running around the court. I'm like, wow, I haven't done that in a while.
So watch Sav as she's hitting her driver right now in her speed session. This one is about 114 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So the phase that they've been in, they've been lifting heavy weights to build up strength.
Yeah.
Now, in your strength part of the program for speed training, your speed actually goes down, right? Because you're building up your strength.
Yeah.
And now you just started doing some more explosive
Power phase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now the speed should start creeping back up.
Yeah.
So now you're at 114 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Man, I pumped that out there 112. I thought that was pretty good. 114 is really, really good.
Yeah. And I need the strong grip pressure for ball speed because I'm smaller compared to, like, height-wise smaller compared to the other ladies, so I have to compensate.
Yes.
With
you
being
gotta
very
get,
efficient with my...
You got to get every ounce out of that body. So while I was doing that 220-yard drive versus carry versus my 313-yard, I did one 320 yesterday, my personal best. Here's the drive. Oh, Sal, this should be good.
Knock the ball out there.
Look at that. Look at that carry.
Jeez.
Come on! That's gotta be 170! Yes! Yes!
Oh, that's a nice draw. Oh, that's a nice draw. Good job, my friend.
Oh, baby! I freaking stayed with it, Mu.
Yeah.
Eh?
You stayed with
Thanks
it,
to all the work you guys been doing. I've been watching you and I'm going, okay, this is what they do when they do a speed session. I gotta stick with it.
Yeah.
Break through that ceiling. So you've got this very light grip pressure that tells the brain that, hey, we got to be careful. You got to back off. So you can't actually use your kinetic chain.
No.
You've actually canceled your kinetic chain.
It puts you in, like, a straight defensive mode.
Exactly.
Because
that's a great term.
Yeah, because your body can tell right away whether or not you're going to be able to optimize your swing based on your setup.
Exactly. So when you set up, and this is what I learned from my left-handed swing, because my dominant side is my right side, and I noticed that my lead hand was much more strong, was more applied to the club. And I did the same thing with my right-handed swing. I clamped down. So notice where we're clamping down. Not here. You're not going to get any pressure from here.
Yeah.
This is where you're going to clamp down on it. So imagine if you were, on a bicycle, you'd be clamping down. Or if you were holding a hammer or a baseball bat,
Yeah.
this is how you would take the baseball bat. You don't hold the baseball bat like this. You wouldn't even do a bunt with that.
Yeah.
So now that you're clamped on the club and you mean business, now the brain is saying, hey, it's like it's powering up the kinetic chain.
Yeah.
So now you're saying, okay, I'm going to use the weight of my arm club unit. The weight combined with the tone is going to give me the compression. This is a veritable compression chamber. And that's what's going to compress the ball. Now, when you compress the ball with the latest technology, you compress that mantle, that's when the spin comes down. But if you go lightly through it and you don't compress it, you actually get too much spin.
Yeah.
Because it's designed to go that way. So it's designed to spin more with the wedges, right? Now stay with us right now. I'm going to show you why you can't get spin on your wedges. If you're trying to hold it like a bird or a tube of toothpaste, then how are you going to get a divot, let alone spin on the ball? Stay tuned. This one's really good. All right, everybody. So we got a nice little par 3 here on a golf course. It's pretty level, right? Just slightly elevated at about 100 yards. And if I'm going to have a soft like a bird grip pressure, I can't get my lob wedge there anymore. I can't even get a sand wedge there. I'm going to have to use a pitching wedge. So now I've got a pitching wedge, which typically should have some decent spin. So I'm holding it like a bird. I'm approaching my ball. I'm thinking, man, I can't take a divot either. So this has got to be very soft along the ground. And you notice it has a little bit of grab, but not too much. We look at the backspin on that. It's about 7,000 RPM. My height was okay. My carry was 115. Now, if I take my lob wedge, so I got my 58-degree wedge right here. I'm going to play a little draw. Now I'm clamped down with that lead arm, and it really feels like I can use my kinetic chain now to come through there. So I'm going to sling through with my kinetic chain. And look at the spin on that. So now my backspin's up to 10,600 RPM. And I now have control over this golf ball. So even for your half pitch shots, if you're doing 50-yard pitch shots, it's going to be very much the same way. So let's watch what happens with a 50-yard shot. So here we are at 50 yards, soft bird grip. Notice how it's got a little release on that. My spin was 5,000 RPM. So we're going to clamp down. And look at that. See that beautiful little check and back up? And that was 7,700 RPM. So that's 2,500 more RPM firm versus soft. Now, of course, there's a time to be soft. If I've got a delicate chip down the slope and I need to land it, soft like a butterfly with sore feet, then I'm going to release that grip. So firm grip pressure has a very, very strong voice in this game. You don't want to mess with that. Now, for those of you who feel that your grip pressure isn't or could be stronger, Mu has some incredible exercises for you to do right by your TV set that is really going to help strengthen your grip pressure. You get better grip pressure, you're going to get more ball speed. Ball speed equals more distance. And who doesn't want that? Stay with us. This is important. So before we get to our last segment where we're going to discover on how to improve your grip pressure, please subscribe to our channel. I know you appreciated the information you've gotten so far. And to get much more, please go to our premium channel at wisdomandgolfpremium.com. And for Mu's speed training sessions, which are really gaining a lot of popularity here at the club, you want to go to wisdomandmovement.com. Check out the link below. Don't miss this opportunity and really get your game into shape this year. All the best. Now, this man responsible for my personal best yesterday, right?
Yeah.
They walk in and they hear the commotion going on between Renee and I, who's one of his clients. And Renee had another personal best yesterday. So things are going really well over here at Wisdom and Golf. And so I know I've always had really good grip pressure, Mu.
Yeah.
But I've had some high school friends that, you shake their hands and it's like shaking a dead fish. And you could sense that there's some strength missing in their hands.
That's right.
And I know many of you guys could really use some extra grip pressure.
Yeah.
And what are some easy exercises that you can do at the gym or at home to help with that?
So gym exercise you can do at home could be getting a bucket and filling it up with rice.
Yep.
And then what you do is you put your hands and you're just working outwards and inwards.
So you dip your hand into the bucket, submerge it in the rice,
That's right, yeah.
and then you open and close your hand,
So you can do two ways. You can go outside, so you're
going outward.
outward, and then you can go inward.
Right.
So you work both sides of the muscle. So you have antagonist muscles and agonist muscles.
Right.
So they're opposite of each other. And this will help you kind of fine tune the grip pressure in the
That
forearm.
makes those forearms burn. I remember that exercise. We did that like a couple of years back during COVID.
That's right,
We were
yeah.
talking about that.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe how fast my forearms started to burn.
Yeah, it's huge. So another one you can do with equipment if you have some at your home, you can do farmer's carry with either kettlebell or dumbbell.
Hey, I married the farmer's daughter.
So yeah, that'll definitely help you.
So what you would do is use a kettlebell.
Kettlebell and a dumbbell
Yep.
on both sides, decent amount of weight, and then you'll find a pathway either in your home or at the gym if you have
Right.
during your workouts you can add this. You can go about 30 meters back and forth, and you'll find over time that your grip pressure is being challenged.
So that farmer carrying the milk buckets or the water buckets,
Yeah.
man, that farmer had Popeye forearms.
Yeah, you also improve your finger strength too, right?
That's it.
Yeah, so that's huge for golf swing, no doubt.
And there's some squeezing balls that you can get, right?
That's true. Yeah, there's tools that you can definitely work with.
Keep something in your golf bag or in the car.
Yeah.
While you're driving your car, you could squeeze one of those balls.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
Fantastic. So there you have it. Grip pressure, massively important for ball speed and for distance, for spin,
That's right.
and for the overall health of your golf game.
That's right. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you, bud.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it.
No problem.